All right, guys, so we're now in ZBrush, and what I like to use ZBrush for is adding that microscopic detail that we can't get inside of Fusion 360. You know, using those patterns for scrape marks, bumps, bruising, things of that nature. So I'll begin by loading in maybe six Polymesh 3Ds to represent the three bodies I'm going to be importing. So with that being said, select one, hit T, and I'm going to go to Subtools, and I'm going to append 5 more. That's one. So now that I have my 6 bodies here, my 6 Polymesh 3Ds, I'm just going to go to the bottom, go to Import, and for each body I'm going to select the file. So cabinet high. I'm going to hold Alt and select the next polymesh. And just continue the process for each one. And don't import cabinet lows because that's the low poly, that's all of it. So just skip that one and continue. So guys, we're done with the importing of the high poly. Now we want to dynamesh this because if we hit Shift F, we'll see the wireframe and it's all triangulated, and that'll give us artifacting when it comes to baking for the high poly into the low for the game model. So what we'll do, we'll just dynamesh this. And before we do that, I just want to save it just in case we get anything that freezes it or anything. Now I'm gonna select each piece separately. I'm gonna go to geometry and I'm gonna dynamesh this because you want this to be dense. So I think 125 should be good. Change that blur down to 0, hit dynamesh, and you'll see as it gets denser, it becomes a lot darker. So once you guys have something you're happy with, you can just continue with the rest of the pieces. All right, guys, so once complete with the dynamesh process, we can now start adding some of that detail. Once everything's dynamesh and dense, we can start adding detail to it. Scratches, holes, and dent marks, and things like that. So to begin doing that, you want to just grab a brush that you like. I just use the inflate brush, for instance. Hold the space bar, change it from dots to drag rect, press space bar again, and choose the alpha. So if you have some saved on your computer somewhere, you can use those. I'm just using these for an example to show you guys why I dynamesh it. So you see, if I wanted to add scratches and things like that, that's something that we can do very easily. And hold Alt to give it the opposite direction effect. So one's extruding out, one's going inwards. So just for the tutorial, I'm not going to add any scratches, but I'm just showing you that's what I would do if I wanted to add details like that. So after adding the detail, you want to make it less dense. So you want to go to Z plugin, go to Decimation Master, go to Pre-Process All. So once you pre-process everything, that's done. Go back to Z plugin, and now you can start decimating it. So I'll decimate it by, I'll say 10%. That looks good. So go to Decimate All. So once that's all done and complete, we can start adding color IDs to these. So what we'll do is go to Color. First, let me grab a material and just change this to white so we can see the color take effect. So I'll choose something like a red. Select the body I want to make red and go to Fill Object. So I'll grab the drawer next. Go to Color. I'll make that probably blue. Go to Fill Object and just rinse and repeat, but different colors for each section, unless you want them all to be the same color. We call it the clown pass. So I have these broken up into different sections, so when I go into Substance Painter, I can just select the colors and apply material to them. So we're now done. Actually, let me just make sure. C tool. So one quick note, guys. So ZBrush does this from time to time. They'll change the name of your first object in the layer. So they changed my cabinets to Z tool. So what I'll have to do now is append another poly mesh to this and bring it to the top. So I'll select this, hold shift and select this button here. That brings that to the top. Now I can change the name of this one back to what it was originally. Alright guys, so one quick thing that I'll do before exporting these files is just ensure that they're all uniformly named. So if it's a capital letter in the beginning of one body, it should be the same for all of them. So I'll just do a quick time lapse of me renaming these just with a capital letter. Now I can start exporting these guys. So what I'll do is go to Z plugin, FBX exporter, make sure it's visible, and turn off the Z tool that we put in place of the cabinet, and go to export.